Well, good evening, everyone. This is Riemsianne Riles. I do apologize for me whispering. I'm about minutes away from going to bed, so I thought I'd do this little recording. You know, just to test out this new mic I got, actually. It was from a friend of a friend, but nevertheless, it's really nice. It's a blue snowball. And it's a lot better than me using either my phone or my tablet as a recording, to record my voice and stuff like that. So I wanted to record something. Now this topic is going to be a little weird because, okay, so let me put a picture in your head. So imagine a man and a woman in peak physical physique, peak form. They are at the peak of strength, the peak of bod. They have the bodies of deities. They are that peak of human performance, human period. And then I want you to imagine another man and another woman who have developed their muscles so much that they actually appear to be so engorged that they actually do not look human at all. They actually look like a pair of flesh balloons. So you ask yourself, what would you rather be? Would you rather be a deity of peak physical form, in peak human performance, mind, body, and soul, or would you rather be a flesh balloon? Now, me, as an avid fitness woman myself, I'd obviously would choose not to be an engorging, disgusting flesh balloon. First of all, why would you even want to be like that? Why would you develop your muscles so much if you're not going to enter a strongman competition? If it's just for looks, and I've met some people who are really engorged. They have so much muscle that they look very uncomfortable. They look like a stuffed animal. They look like a balloon. They do not look human. They took the obsession way too far. And then I asked myself, why do they do it? Why do they do it? Is it for pride? Is it for a fetish? Or I don't know. Like, I can just imagine themselves just waking up in the morning, just being uncomfortable. Or try to imagine them just trying to take a shit, trying to take a number 2 in the bathroom, and imagine their arms being so engorged, so swollen with muscle that they can't wipe themselves properly. Or maybe for some, their arms are so big that they can't wipe at all. They just either they get someone to help them wipe their ass, or they're forced to walk throughout the day with a brown asshole throughout the day because they are literally unable to wipe their ass because their arms are just too damn big. It's ridiculous. Imagine if they have a car. Imagine getting into the car if they have a truck. Even if they do have a truck, like a Lincoln Navigator or something. Imagine them just trying to get into the car. Even worse, trying to get out of the car. The thought of that, for me at least, is cringeworthy. Oh my goodness. It's like, imagine themselves just trying to sit in a chair. Just a regular chair, just trying to sit in a chair. That would be torture. Why would you want to engorge your body so much that you are bigger than a queen-size bed? Width and height included. That's torture. That's not healthy, that's unhealthy. That is the exact opposite of healthy. In fact, it's not just unhealthy, it's torture. It is legitimate torture. I'm not having it. I would not do that to myself, ever in my life. I'm over 40, I'm 42. I cannot, nor would I want to. I can't risk doing that to myself. That's just disgusting. Even if, especially if it's for a fetish. If it's not just for pride. If it was like for pride, then I could at least maybe a little bit somewhat respect that. It'd be very minuscule, that respect, but it'd be at least respectable. If you're doing it for just a fetish and you take it too far and then you just ruin your life, it'd be like, why? Why are you doing this? You just fucked yourself. You fucked up your life because of a fetish. Because of your other head, or for female terms, or just to say your lustful emotions, to put in universal terms. You let your lustful emotions get the better of you, and then you just fucked up your life. Now you have to live with that, with your overly swollen body, like a flesh balloon, your entire life. And you can change it, but it's going to take a while. First you have to change your habits, then you have to change your body. It's going to be a long process. All could have been avoided if you just gained your muscle and your fitness the natural way. By moving your body, lifting weights, eating right, instead of injecting yourself with steroids to the point of looking with yourself being a balloon animal. Because for those people who looked engorged with muscle, too much, in fact, that's what you look like. You don't look human. You look like a balloon animal. No, you're not even human. You're a balloon animal. And you have no one to blame but yourself. Now, I'm pertaining to a very small margin of people who take muscle to that. A ghastly order. Oh my goodness. I would not do that to myself, period. I would not do that to myself. Why would I? I love living. I love my life. I love what I do. Why fuck that all up? All for pride, all for a fetish. It's just not worth it. It's just not. It's like, let's say if you're a woman, and I've known a woman. Her name was Marie Candice. She used to be a neighbor of mine, but she had to be moved to a retirement home. At least I call it a retirement home at age 30. You know why? Because she wanted to literally augment her breasts so much that her breasts would be literally bigger than her upper half of her body, and that's what they were after the surgery, the plastic surgery to get her breasts enhanced. They were enhanced so much to the point of her boobs were literally twice their size. It's literally the size of half her body. You know what happened? 2 weeks later, her back was so much in stress, her back gave out. Her back snapped. She became a cripple. She became handicapped. All because she wanted her breasts to be too damn big for her to handle. And now she's a cripple. She is paralyzed from the waist down, and that's all on her. I don't feel sorry for her. I would if I liked her, but I didn't like her. I mean, when she first came to Emmaus, Pennsylvania, when she moved near me, I baked. Now, I love baking, as cliche as that be. I love baking. I love baking cookies. So I baked a batch of cookies to welcome her into the community and possibly, start a friendship with her. You know what she did? She took the cookies, threw them at me, and then she slammed the door, yelling, "Jason Statham sucks." Now, I take high offense to what she did on multiple levels. One, because I made something for her, and I didn't have to, but I did so because I wanted to welcome her into the neighborhood. Secondly, because she said right to my face, "Jason Statham sucks." That I would not stand. I did not like her ever since, and personally, I'm glad that she's crippled from the waist down. She serves her right. All because she wanted to look like a bimbo, look like a whore, look like an anime character with huge breasts. Now, the thing is, with anime characters with huge breasts, their backs are way stronger than that of an actual human being, because you've seen them. For those of you who love to watch anime like me, you've seen all those lustful women with gigantic breasts that are bigger than the half of their body. The only difference is their backs do not snap due to the pressure of the heavy breasts. They do not snap because it's a cartoon. In real life, that does happen, and that's what happened to Marie Candice. May she burn in hell. If there is one. I personally don't believe there's a hell. If there is, okay, but if not, I personally don't believe in it. I decided that, I decided that it's much better off I just don't believe in a hell, because to me it doesn't make any sense. But that's my opinion. That's just one woman's opinion. One more thing before, because I'm gonna go to bed soon. I hope the quality is really good with this one. I got a new mic. I got the blue snowball, although it's black. And I got the filter with that too, so it's pretty cool. Got it from a friend of a friend. Thank that friend of a friend for the patronage. And oh my goodness, I think I'm going to go to bed soon. I should probably end this right now, but before I do, what to say? Oh yes, to the creators of the Super Bowl halftime show, to the NFL in general, I will say one thing: you had one job. You had one job, and you bloody blew it. You fucking blew it. Me, I'm a huge fan of SpongeBob, at least the earliest SpongeBobs. The newer SpongeBobs, I'm not as much of a fan, but I still love SpongeBob as a whole. My favorite episode of all time was indeed the episode Band Geeks, especially for the end, when they played Sweet Victory, one of my favorite songs of all time, at the end of the episode. Now, we were promised that Sweet Victory would be played at the Super Bowl. There were multiple articles stating this, and we were lied to, because instead of Sweet Victory, like we were promised, we got Travis Scott's Sicko Mode. Now, I'm sorry, but Sicko Mode is not, I repeat, not the same as Sweet Victory. I don't know what they were planning there. Now, first of all, it was a dull Super Bowl. But I'll get to that another time. I'm so tired. But it was a dull Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl halftime show was completely underwhelming. Even though I like Maroon 5, I'm not as big as a Maroon 5 fan as other people. But what's most disappointing for me about the halftime show was the promise of Sweet Victory squandered by the fact that we got Sicko Mode, Travis Scott's song Sicko Mode, instead. I got immediately upset, and I felt like the NFL did this on purpose to troll all the people who requested Sweet Victory for that specific Super Bowl. And I looked it up. I looked up the video, the video of the halftime show on YouTube. It's a lot of dislikes. A lot of well-deserved dislikes. And it shows. It was completely underwhelming. My favorite Super Bowl was actually... Well, my favorite Super Bowl halftime show, I forget when, it was back in the early 2000s when Madonna was set to perform. I remember the opening. There was a bunch of men, big burly men dressed up as gladiators. There was this big, gigantic, throne that Madonna was in, and she was dressed like a Roman queen. That was her entrance. It was so grand. They went all out. CeeLo Green was there and a bunch of other people. They went all out for that Super Bowl, and it showed. It was amazing. But alas, it was completely underwhelming, and I was completely underwhelmed, unfortunately. But oh well, maybe they'll go better next year. I'm hoping the Eagles will make it to the Super Bowl next year, so they can win a second Super Bowl title. But yeah, alright, I think I'm gonna end this here, but I like this new mic. It's very good. I'm gonna use it more often, for sure. This is Riemsianne Riles signing out. I am gonna go to bed and dream about, I don't know, something. Whenever I get into REM sleep, so to speak, I'll dream about something. But, yeah, this is Riemsianne Riles signing out. Good night. If you're watching this in the morning, good morning. If you're watching this in the afternoon, good afternoon. If you work for the NFL, if you're watching this, I have nothing against you, but just to the NFL in general and the people who were in charge for preparing for the Super Bowl halftime show. Fuck you in going back on your promise. I'm very upset. Everyone who wanted Sweet Victory to be played, we were very upset. That's all I have to say. This is Riemsianne Riles signing out. I am so tired. Alas, I need to go to bed. Yep, need to go to bed.